Alright, welcome to week 8 of the Domain 9 series. And still no level increase, most likely we're getting that in patch 3.2, which should be coming out September 5th. But starting out, you want to check your casual tab, and you want to go to Artificial Island. And you want to go ahead and hit on this present icon because you can only hold these resources for 24 hours. On top of that, once it's past 12 o'clock, you want to check in this area to see if you have this old man icon. If so, you want to make sure that you visit your island so that way you can collect his rewards. If not, then I recommend that you check your friends, your crewmates, or just people out in the world who allow you access to their island who has a mysterious vendor. But if you want to find out more information on that, check out this video. But you still want to visit your artificial island at least one time a week. And then you want to click on this triangular icon and you want to visit your exchange store. And you want to make sure that you buy your weekly items because they reset every Monday. On top of that, I recommend that you kill your enemies around the island, especially your bosses, because they are adding more features to Artificial Island, so you may want those extra resources. Next, we got fishing, and you want to try to get your fishing level to 9. That way you can buy your standard matrix box for the week. In this week, it's Crow, which is a pretty good matrix. But if you're just starting out with fishing, I recommend that you buy 100 to 150 green bait, so that way you can start buying purple bait. And with the rest of the available bait for the week, just buy purple bait until you have time to level up your fishing. Bringing us to appointed research. Now you want to make sure that you check this pretty frequently because you can only hold a grand total of 20 energy, so that way you can keep getting your 5 free energy a day. And for me, I'm going to keep getting booster modules because once we do reach that next level, we're going to need a lot of these. Bringing us to Ronnie the Resource Dealer. You want to make sure that you buy your mini pelican shards, especially if you're a Vote main trying to get Mimi, your energy, and your potent omnium crystal for the week. And lastly, you have racing. You might want to try to do a little bit of racing so that way you can get that 400 mirror at the end of the month. But the one thing that you definitely want to make sure that you do before the end of the week is do your security force missions so that way you can get those old Vera coins in Mira. Next, you want to do your Mia's Kitchen, and you want to knock out your 4 bounties for the day. And you want to always go with Domain 9. And I recommend that you save your keys for patch 3.2 once we get the new energy system because we're going to have to level up a lot of new statues. Next, we got Vitality, starting with joint operations. So you want to make sure that you do at least 1 joint operation a day so that way you can get your daily first clear reward. And you want to get in the habit of checking your instant affix for the week. If you notice, Friday was when we could get some Silka shards. So when you see that happening, you might want to save your vitality so that way you can get some extra shards on that day. Then we have Interstellar Exploration, and you want to check Vera as well as check Aspera so that way you can see all of your Stargates. And how you can tell if you have a level 3 Stargate is if this weapon battery category has a number 3, it's a level 3 Stargate, but if it has a number 2, it's a level 2 Stargate. But if you don't have any level 3s or level 2s, you could always do dimensional trials. Simply press go and you can use your vitality for the day. You can do the same for Matrix data packs or go. Then we have our optionals, and as giving gifts to your 1.0 characters are Zeke. And how you do that is by going to the black market and talking to Hopkins, Cetus Island and doing the claw machine, are doing your 2 trainings for the day. You can also do your 8 fun zones, which can help you get Mira and training points as well. And if you have not cleared out the Greyspace, you want to do your 6 Greyspace Fishers, but the biggest rewards are in the Twilight zone, but you do have an 8-hour time limit, so you could wait on that. Which brings us to our events. We still have Lucky Wheel active for 16 days if you want to try to get these outfits. Sadly, the only way to get tickets is by spending dark crystals, so I still say your best way is probably making Vera gear. And then we have Will of Light if you want to try to get these vehicle skins or get the outfit, then you can always go to the store and buy these gift boxes. We also have a new Gachapon to where you can get this outfit. Again, when it comes to outfits, I recommend that you hit the preview button, then you can hit this button and you can click custom, and then you can play around with the colors to see if you like how this outfit looks. And if you like the outfit, then go ahead and roll in the Gachapon. If you don't, I don't really recommend that you roll in. And today is the last day to fill out the survey, so that way you can let Tower of Fantasy know how you're enjoying the game and the new mechanics added in patch 3.1. And then we have 16 days left to get Ming Jing / Zeke, and that would be the same for the anniversary characters. If you want to know how I feel about those, I am making a tier list series, and I plan to come out with Flame later on this weekend. But one quick recommendation is I recommend everyone try to get at least 1 Fiona on their account, and same for Zeke, just due to how useful they are. And then we have the big event. And here you can see the Challenger's task list, so hopefully you've done everything, so that way you get all the rewards. Same for Overlooking Cloudspeak. You may not have the Black Jade Warrior complete, so I do recommend that you probably do this on Heroic, so that way you can knock out this and get all the rewards. But we have a login supply to where we get a lot of rows, so make sure that you're logging in every day so that way you collected all the rewards, because you only have a little over 2 days left to collect these. And make sure you're going around and collecting the photos for the event, and I'll leave a link in the description so that way you know where the locations. And don't forget to do the Jade Pavilion path, which happens every 2 hours starting at 12. Basically, you have these 4 locations. And if you collect all the boxes in the locations, that should be the 20 boxes that you need for the day. One area which may be hard to find all the boxes is this one. There's going to be 2 at the bottom and there's going to be 2 up top, so make sure you get these. Otherwise, you have to wait another 2 hours for the event to start again. Then we got the Jade Pavilion store to where you can do multiple events to where you can get these rewards, which are really nice rewards, so you do want to make sure that you're doing these. You can either do Star Chaser Championship, which I don't really recommend because you have to use your Mira to get Copper Bloom, and if you're just starting out, you may not have a lot of Mira. Then you have Bomber Arena, which is not a bad game, but sometimes there may be a few people really trying to win the game, so this could take quite a while. But they just released Stealth Shadows, which is actually a pretty good game. Basically, the hiders are trying to get to a certain location. The farther you get, the more points you get. Or you can be the hunter to where you just simply need to take out all of the hiders. This is a very quick game, and I recommend doing this if you want to quickly get points. But we do have some nice rewards coming up fairly soon. On August 20th, we're going to be able to get the Anniversary Gift 4, to where we're going to be able to get a Samira Matrix and another 3 special vouchers. On August 21st, we're going to be able to get the Zeke outfit. And on August 22nd, we're going to start the next sign-in bonus to where we get a lot of rows once again, ending with the last anniversary gift on August 23rd, which brings us to Domain 9. Hopefully you got your wing statue to level 6, and you got your well statue to level 6, so that way you can see all of the secret chests and energy on the map. This week you should have enough energy to go ahead and max out all the statues if you've been doing it since Domain 9 came out. Then we have the mentor system. You want to make sure that you're taking your mentees, so that way you can increase their bond level up another 100 points this week. And you want to take at least one mentee to these locations, so that way you can get those mentorship coins for the week. And the items that I recommend that you get in the mentorship store are the Titan compiling module, the data repeaters, and if you have extra coins, you can consider getting the golden gear. And you could even try to get some of these boosts for the challenges. Then we have our weekly. You want to make sure you do enough things down here so that way you can get everything up top, but definitely make sure that you're doing all of the quests that give you keys. Again, you want to try to save all of your keys for patch 3.2, especially if you're trying to go for the dragon for Mimi. Which brings us to our challenges. So if you're trying to do something like the Bygone Phantasm or Frontier Clash, you may want to save your Mia's Kitchen so that way you can power yourself up, but starting with the Bygone Phantasm. So I recommend that you take a look at this weapon bonus. If you have a good weapon bonus, then you may want to go ahead and try to climb a few levels. And if your CS is high enough, you're going to be able to hit this sneak to next level and go up 11 levels as long as you can beat that floor. But the biggest thing that will determine your rank is Sequential Phantasm. If you're able to get a high score here, most likely you're going to get the top rewards for the week. Wormhole, we have a little over 3 days to complete this, and you want to make sure that you do so that we can get those micro reactor shards. Frontier Clash, you want to make sure that you go ahead and knock this out so that way you can get that golden gear. Evolution mode, you want to try to get a very strong team so that way you can try to get as many phases completed as you can. Origin of War, you want to make sure that you take a look at this reward section because you don't want the difficulty to drop under 600% so that way you can get all of the rewards this season. Raids, you want to make sure that you do this on challenge mode so that way you can get all of the rewards. But even if you can't clear it on challenge, you could always do it on heroic and still get 90% of the rewards. Then we have the Black Jade Warrior. Now, if you decide to go ahead and do this on challenge, you're going to need a pretty strong party to knock this out. But with a coordinated team, you should be able to clear this. But for the specific challenges with the challenger stats list, I recommend that you try to knock that out on heroic. Break from Destiny. You want to make sure that you do this at least one time so that way you can get those 250 dark crystals. Arena. If you're trying to reach Grand Marshal, you might want to put a couple hours in each day. Also, you might want to go ahead and take a look at this daily limit and try to get some critical points because the shop will be changing fairly soon to where you're going to be able to get old Vera coins and accessories. Then we got our daily buys, so you want to go to shop and make sure that you got your monthly pass active. For my dolphins, you want to try to go ahead and have this 7-day purchase active. And then we have the hot section. When it comes to Vitality Solutions, I recommend that you don't buy no more than 2 a day. Because remember, you're giving up 21 rows every time a new limited character comes out if you're buying 2 a day. But one thing you do want to try to buy are your advanced modules and your booster modules for the week. Which brings us to the Commissary. You want to make sure that you buy your Put in Omnium Crystal, your Advancement modules, your Booster modules, your Augmentation module box, your Core Control module, and your Augmentation Factor for the week. And if you can, go ahead and buy your very special gift because you can always give these to your new characters. Space Time Store, you want to buy your Booster modules, your Data Repeater, and your Advancement module for the week. Cruise Store, now the only thing that you want to spend your points on are relics, and the relics that I recommend are Space Time Rift or Omnium Shield, but you could consider getting a Drone level 3 or a Hologram Projector. Support Store, you want to buy your Space Time Crystal Fragments, your Space Time Crystal Dust, your Gold, and you could even consider buying your Black Nucleus. And if you have return support points, you can always buy Space-Time Crystal Fragments, and you could consider buying a Proof of Purchase, Gold Nucleus, and a Radar Detector. Point Store. Now the only thing that you want to spend your points on are spare special gifts so that way you don't have to do training, black market, or see this island again. But if you need to level up your matrices or weapons, you could always buy Matrix Data Packs or weapon batteries. And with your critical points, I recommend that you save those until they update the store. But besides that, I just recommend that you explore the map so that way you can get all of those extra rewards, especially if you're trying to get new characters like Mimi. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If so, feel free to give it a like so that way it can spread more on YouTube. But other than that, I'll talk with you guys later.